That's gonna be the title. Don't go to college. I would not recommend. All right. Hello and welcome back. If you saw the other video, if you didn't, then welcome to the Bummy Podcast. It is your girl, Mare Bear. Like I said in the other video, you probably not gonna know my name, but if you try hard enough, you probably will. Or I might slip up and say my name. I don't know. But anyways, today might be the longest one. Last time I thought I was gonna talk for a long time, but I did not. But this one is gonna be long because it's about my college life and student loans, right? I have another one, but I don't know if there's gonna be time. It's just gonna be me talking about how I was searching for jobs and stuff like that. But I don't know. We'll see how long this takes. So, anyways, welcome back. If you see the video, don't share it. If you see it, enjoy it, love it, live it, whatever. But do not share it. I don't like attention. Just to inform people about college, I guess. So it would be like for the high school students, middle school students. I don't know. Anybody, somebody you can relate if you're already in college. I can't speak. Anyways, so basically we're gonna talk about my college life. So let's first, before we start, let's go to high school near the end, senior year. So basically what happened was we had university students come to our high school to basically help us like fill out our FAFSA and all that stuff. And if you don't know what a FAFSA is, it's a financial aid. I don't know what that stands for, but I know it's financial aid. And like you can go online and like fill out the information, and they just see if they can give you free money or not depending on how much your parents make. So let's even skip all the way back to middle school, because in middle school I was approved of this scholarship called College Bound. And if you know what College Bound is, it's for people that I guess are low income or whatever the hell it is. But I was approved in middle school, so I was like, I got scholarship and financial aid about to give me money. Like, you have no idea how excited I was senior year, because I was like, I'm about to get basically full ride to go to college. And I was going to community college, so it wasn't like I needed a lot of money. But anywho, so I was happy. I finished my FAFSA applications in high school, like senior year, when the university students came and they helped us out, and I finished everything. I was good, right? Or at least I thought. So college starts, and they have I forgot what it was called. It was like start session or something like that, where you go to the college and they basically help you fill out like the paper for your classes, and then you're supposed to turn it in with them, and like they help you. I don't know what it was called, but something like start session or something like that. But anywho, I filled that out, right? And then also we had orientation, and I was only there for a couple of hours, to be honest, because I had a migraine, so I had to go home early. But you know, I got to see the school, and I was like, it's not too big like a university, but it's still big. Like, I used to get lost in my high school when I first started going there, so I'm most likely gonna get lost here. But it's not that big. It's cool. Everything is like one floor except for like the financial aid building and the pub where you go to get like food and all that stuff, whatever. So those two buildings are the only buildings that are really big. Other ones are like one floor, two floor. So I was good with that. I liked that. And it was just like nature kind of area. Oh, the music room was also big. So anyways, needless to say, it wasn't a big school because it was a community college, and I liked that. Anywho, I finished the orientation. I finished the start session one, right? I thought I'm good to go. I'm good. And I don't know if anybody else had this, but they give you like a card. It kind of looks like a debit card, and it's supposed to have everything, like all the money left over from your scholarships and your financial aid will be in that card, and you can use it for like your books, transportation, food, whatever. So I got that card, everything was set, right? So I'm, you know, going to my classes, whatever, and they email me or they call me or something like that. They were saying like, oh, we're gonna drop you from your class if you don't pay for your classes. And I'm like, I'm sorry, if I don't what? I thought they already paid. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm so confused. And then I'm like, okay, that's weird. I thought everything was paid for. And so I go, mind you, this is my first year. I don't know nothing. Nobody told me nothing. So I go to the financial aid building, which is basically like my second home at this point. Not at this point, but you'll see why. So I go there, and the lady at the desk, she was like, oh, yeah, you didn't fill out your, what is it called? I'm gonna lose my mind. There's like a paper. What is it called? I'm gonna lose it. It's a paper that says like, student something verification, student verification paper, something like that. You know, I graduated a while ago, like 2 years ago, so I don't remember a lot of this. But the paper said something like student verification or something like that, right? It's a stupid paper. The paper is basically you telling them like how many people live in your house, your what is it called? Your student ID, your name, whatever. You just fill out. It's literally one sheet of paper where you just fill out how many people live in your house, if you're a dependent or independent student, whatever. It's just stupid. Really, it's unnecessary because I already filled that out on my financial aid. Why do you need a separate paper? Anywho, nobody told me that. At the orientation, I know I didn't stay that long, but I stayed a pretty long time for nobody to mention that. And then also, I've had my FAFSA turned in since like before summer when I was literally about to graduate high school. What are you talking about? Nobody told me this. Nobody emailed me this. So I'm like, whatever. Apparently they don't send you your leftover money and they don't pay for your classes if you don't have that paper filled out. So that's why my classes were not paid for. Again, you guys are in the same department. Talk to each other. Communicate. Why am I even here? For what? So anyways, I'm like, whatever. I fill the paper out. I turn it in. They pay for my classes, and I get whatever is left over. And I use that for transportation mostly. But sometimes if I want like snacks or whatever from the bookstore, I'll get some snacks. But like I don't really be using that money for anything else. So I used the card and everything. Everything was set, right? Again, nobody told me anything about this, but it's done. I was done with, and they finished everything. Actually, no, I just remembered. They didn't finish. It took them a while to like verify my financial aid, whatever. Even though I turned it in that long ago, they did not submit it until I gave them this piece of paper, the student verification, whatever, right? So I had to borrow money to pay for my classes. I just remembered. So that's another thing, right? And then on top of that, right, nobody told me about this. I could have literally got, like, imagine if I couldn't get the loan. What were they gonna do? You were gonna drop me from my classes because you did not inform me of this information? So I'm like, wow, what a way to start to going to this new school. That's stupid. And so I'm like, all right, whatever. Everything is done. They finally give me my money, and I pay back the person that I took the loan from. And shout out to that person. Thank you. And so I pay them back, and you know, I'm going on about my day. Also, I would like to mention, right, financial aid I thought was gonna cover. Look at me going all over the place. Financial aid was supposed to cover everything, is what I thought, right, when I was graduating. It turns out they were only gonna be willing to give me $800 per quarter. And if you've ever went to a community college, first of all, if you went to a university, 800 is nothing. But if you went to a community college, 800 will probably cover like a class, one class, and transportation. Because a class was like $500, $600. What am I supposed to do with $800? And mind you, you do not get financial aid if you do not have at least 12 credits or higher if you're a full-time. So where was I supposed to get this extra money to pay for the other classes? Loans, that's what. So I had to get loans. I had to get loans. It was a subsidized loan. And so I had to get subsidized loan. I had to fill out the loan paper, whatever, right? On top of the verification paper that I had to do. So, and then, okay, I found out my college-bound scholarship, they emailed me. They were like, your parents make too much money, so we can't give it to you. I was like, my parents don't make nothing. What are you talking about? They cannot afford to give me nothing. They're paying their bills. What do you mean my parents make too much money? Why did you get my hopes up? Can I drop out now? No, yes. So this is great. This is stupid. So that was my first year. Imagine that. All that in 1 year. Anyways, I'm like, this is stupid. Like, this is beyond stupid. You guys are doing some kind of drugs, all of you. Because why didn't you tell me that I was not going to qualify for the scholarship until I'm starting college? Really? And then why was I not informed about the verification paper that I had to submit until I already started? And then now you want to tell me you're going to drop me from my classes if I don't pay? Drop me. I'm done. I don't want to be here. I don't even know what I want to do. So why would I waste my money? What is this? Anyways, I could not drop out because my parents would probably not allow me to. I don't know. But I did not. I was like, I'm not going to drop out. Y'all are just doing too much. So I continue going there for some weird reason. And, you know, I had to take loans. It's whatever. But at least I'm getting $800, right? That's what I thought. So we are in now summer. I finished a whole year of college. And we are in summer. I'm not even gonna... I will talk about the teachers, but like, let's just say I finished a whole year, right? And then second year comes. Tell me why. Tell me why, because I don't understand it. They're like, hey, we accidentally gave you financial aid. Your parents make too much money. You're gonna have to get all loans. Oh, as if the $800 was a lot. As if the little 800 you dropped my way was a lot. Now I'm not even getting that 800. Are you sure I can't drop out? Because at this point, it seems like I need to drop out. It's not seeming good to me. I don't understand. So I'm like, wow, really? And they're like, don't worry, you don't have to pay back. Excuse me, did you think I was gonna pay back? I was never gonna pay that back. I wasn't gonna pay that 800 back. Who told you I was gonna pay? Who said that? It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I can tell you that. I'm not paying no 800 back per quarter. So 800 times 3. I'm not paying that. I'm not paying that. You're funny. That was hilarious. They're like, don't worry, you don't have to pay it back. And then they also said, if that wasn't bad enough, right? You can't get the subsidized loans. Again, why? Because my parents make too much money. What is too much to you? Because too much is not the same for me. What money are you looking at? Like before they get their taxes out? What I'm not understanding where this money you're talking about is. Because what? Like, nobody in my family, okay, none of my siblings have ever gotten their schools paid by my parents. Everybody got loans. So what are you talking about? My parents make too much money. What money do they make that I've never seen? Like, what are you talking about? So I'm like, oh, not only am I not qualified for financial aid, I'm not even qualified for the subsidized loans. So now I gotta get the unsubsidized loan. So unsubsidized, if y'all didn't know, means that the minute that the money just drops in your bank account, the interest starts adding. Great. You know what? At this point, I'm coming out of this able to buy a car with that money, because why am I even in school at this point? Why am I in school? For what reason? I don't understand. It's not making sense. It's not adding up. It's not adding up. Because why am I paying for going to school for something I don't even know what I want to do? On top of that, because my parents quote unquote make too much money, I can't get this. I can't even get the regular loan. Like, that's crazy. So I got told that the second year. I'm like, the way this is going, third year is about to be hell, because every single time you guys figure out something that I can't do. What in the hell? So I'm like close to crying, because you already know when I'm mad I cry. I'm frustrated. Like, I don't even know what to do. I'm like, I don't want to get it, but I have no choice, because if I don't get the unsubsidized loan, I'm gonna have to drop out. I can't pay for my school. My parents can't either. So what there's no other option. There's no other option. Actually, there was. I could drop out, but I didn't. I was like, I have to just finish with some degree at this point. At this point, I wouldn't even care if the degree was useless. I just needed a degree, because I'm not about to waste money like this. This is stupid. So I take the unsubsidized loan, and I had to fill out the paper, right? And they were telling me like, oh, you still have to fill out your FAFSA, and then you fill out your loans, because you have to be rejected in order for us to submit the loans. What kind of mentality is that? You need to reject me again, right? Again, like I wasn't already rejected, in order to... How does that make sense? Because if you rejected me once, what makes it different now? I'm not understanding. I don't get it. So I'm like, wow, alright, whatever. So I have to keep filling out. The good thing is it does save your information, so you don't have to fill out too much on the FAFSA. But like, you have to fill out the FAFSA, then I have to fill out my loans. It was too much. It wasn't worth it. I can tell you that it was not worth it. And anybody that tells you have to go to school, tell them, are you paying? Because trying to deal with financial aid is hell on earth. Because no, absolutely not. This is ridiculous. Are you kidding me? Anyways, I tried not to punch somebody, but I turned in everything that I need to turn in, and I was getting my loans, my unsubsidized loans. Second year passes. We're in third year. Do you think they would have stopped? Oh, actually, I just remembered. I keep just remembering things out of nowhere. Before I finished second year, if I'm not mistaken, my second quarter, I believe, of second year, tell me why somebody in that building put 10 credits instead of 12 credits. And they were like, oh, you need to tell us how many credits, or you need to have more classes, or they said some stupid shit like that. And they were like, oh, we can't give you your money. You mean my loans that the financial aid, like, you mean my loans that the government is giving me? You can't give me my, they already gave it to you. What do you mean you can't give me? I'm so confused. I'm like, what are you talking about? Right? And the guy was like, oh, you only are taking 10 credits. I said, who the freak said that? Who said that? I'm not new here. This is my second year. Who said that? I've had at least 4 quarters of y'all. What do you mean I put 10 credits? So he said that, right? And I pull out from my folder the paper that he's talking about, because I never give them the original copy, because I know shit like this will happen. So I pull out the original copy that I had scanned and emailed them, and I'm like, you mean this? That says 12. And he said, why do you have that paper? Man, Man, I know you lying. Sir, if I don't slap you with this paper today, I'm losing all type of patience. What do you mean, why do I have this paper? Because y'all stupid. Somebody in your building put 10 instead of 12. And you're asking me why I have the paper? And I was like, because I scanned it and sent it to you. And he had nothing to say after that. He was like, oh, okay, well, you still have to fill out this piece of paper. And he gave me another piece of paper to, like, write that I'm taking 12 credits. Can't you see my classes? Is financial aid and enrollment not right next to each other? Like, if you see it, they're literally next to each other. And I know financial aid can access my records because they print out the paper with all your schedule on it to make you pay if you didn't pay or whatever, right? Because they did that the first time when, I had to get a loan, whatever, from a person and not the government. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I have to fill out another paper because you made the mistake? At this point, you want me to drop out because I don't understand what's going on. Like, really? You made the mistake and I'm not getting my money because you wrote 10 and I wrote 12 and I showed you the actual paper that I sent you, which means you made the mistake and I still gotta fill out another paper. How does that make sense? How does that make sense? I'm getting mad all over again. Like, I was so close to, like, just dropping out because at this point, what is the point? What is the point? What do I look like? What do I look like? Because I don't even think a sane person would stay here. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't. And at this time, mind you, I was switching from class to class because I still didn't know what I wanted to do. And I'll talk about that later too. I want to just talk about the financial aid people first, and then we'll talk about the teachers and the counselors. So anywho, I'm like, you got me messed up. And I filled the paper out. I shouldn't have. Honestly, I just hate confrontation, but I should have been, like, pissed and just yelled at them and been like, excuse me, like, the paper literally states that it's 12. I sent you this paper. That means you made the mistake. Just change it on your shit. Like, why do I have to write it down again? It doesn't make sense. But I did not hold my own. And I feel like that's why they loved walking all over me, because I was really just letting them do it. And I shouldn't have. But y'all lucky, because if God wasn't holding me back, I would have punched somebody in that place. What is wrong with you guys? So I'm like, alright, I fill it out. And I finally get my classes paid for and everything. The money that they were withholding got dropped in my bank, right? And I'm like, this is so stupid. Like, I can't do this anymore. And then third year comes around. And the first problem was the bank that they are partnered with to drop was supposed to be financial aid and scholarship, but for me was my loans, right? The bank they're partnered with sent me an email talking about, if you have less than $300, we're gonna charge you. Charge who? Excuse me, are you forgetting that we're students? You're gonna charge me for not having $300 in my account? Sorry, what? I was like, bro, I already have a bank account. The only reason I even use this card is because the school said they're partnered with them. Hell no, switch it, put it in my own bank account. I don't want this. $300, I have to have at least $300. I've never had $300 in my card. What are you talking about? Like, the only time I have $300 in my card is before I use it for transportation and books and whatever else that we need. And it is never, like, I've never just randomly just had $300. Like, what? I have to, like, that's literally the limit. It can't go below 300. No, I'm good. And so I went to financial aid and I was like, hey, I'm trying to like change the deposits. What are they called? There's something. It's like, oh my goodness, I forgot what it's called. I just be forgetting everything. Something. It's like when they direct deposit. Why am I? It's not working. Direct deposit. I was like, I want the direct deposit to be to my bank and not this card, because they literally emailed me saying this, and he was like, what, are you serious? I was like, yeah, I don't know why you're surprised, because you're as shitty as them. I don't of course the school is partnered with shitty bank. I'm good. You keep that. Y'all have fun. I'm good. I don't want to be in this partnership. Thank you very much. So I have that done. I switch it to my bank and we're good to go. I thought so. Then another problem occurs. I've been there. This is my third year, right? So community colleges are usually I can't even speak. Community colleges are usually supposed to be for 2 years. I've been there for 3. So when I first started there, I put engineering because I thought engineering was cool. To be honest with you, I didn't know nothing about engineering. I just thought the name was nice. I'm not okay. I should have just took like a year off, because I was just wasting money at this point. So I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. So I put engineering. And then after that, I think it just stayed engineering, but I was not engineering. I haven't had like a engineering what are the counselor and all, everything, like advisor, I think that's what they're called. Anyways, it was unnecessary, because I had this one class that was specifically for engineering, and the other classes were like general. And I literally dropped it the second day, because this guy was like, every week we're gonna be making something. Making what, sir? I'm good on that. And then I also found out that I had to take chemistry, and I suck at science. What am I here failing classes for? What? I know I'm gonna fail, so why would I take it? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying don't try, but if you already know, don't do it. Don't do it. It's not worth it. So that's my motto. So I didn't. And I was like, yeah, I'm switching. And I started doing computer science and whatever. Anyways, so because I was switching around, I didn't really finish in 2 years, because I didn't even know what I wanted to do. Hello. So I get a paper, right, that says, or I get an email that says, oh, you've been here too long, or something. They didn't say that, but it was along the lines of basically saying you've been here for too long and you need to leave or whatever. They didn't say that. I'm just kidding. But it was something like that. It was basically to say like, why are you still here? I need to stop. They did not say that. I'm trying to word it. It was like, you need to fill out a form to basically tell us why you're still here. That's what it was. I don't know why. I was just being messed up. And so I got the paper, I filled it out, and I had to give it to financial aid. Why? I don't know. I don't even know why financial aid has anything to do with that. But anyways, I had to give them that paper, right? So it was like afternoonish, if I'm not mistaken, and I came with my friend to the financial aid building, and I gave them that paper, right? I filled it out, everything. Why are you still here? Because I didn't know what I wanted to do. Like, what kind of question is that? Aren't we supposed to like figure out what we wanted to do? Or was I the one that's stupid and I should have figured it out and then came? I don't know. But I filled out the paper, I gave it to them. I was like, I think at that time I said I wanted to do accounting, because I had already started doing accounting classes. So I don't even know why they were asking me this, because like I said, you can all see my things. I don't understand. So third year they had you know the DMV things where you like have to take a ticket and wait until your number is called. Why did my college start doing that? it makes sense. I don't like y'all. I don't like the DMV. Both of you use the same thing. It makes sense. Y'all are worse though. I feel like the DMV is a little bit better. So I had to get a ticket, whatever. Me and my friend are sitting down. Mind you, there's like one person ahead of us, and they're using that. Like, it's not like there's a lot of people in here. Why are we taking tickets? The only time it's busy is like the beginning of each quarter. So I'm like, whatever, this is stupid. And I get called and I give the paper to the lady. I was like, oh, they told me to submit this to you guys, right? So I give her the paper. Why does this lady say we need your transcript? Ma'am, I'm sorry. Did I go to a different school? Was I going to a different school this whole time? Why do you need my transcript? For what? I'm trying to understand what kind of drugs y'all have to be doing to be asking me this stupid question. And she was like, yeah, did you go to a different school? I said, what other school? I've never left this school. I wish I did, but I've never left the school in my life. Why would you need my transcript for? You have it. You have it. Do you not have it? Because I'm trying to understand how y'all have access and print when you need us to pay for our classes. But all of a sudden, you can't see my transcript when I'm confused. And I was like, you gotta be joking. This can't be serious. She's joking with me. I looked at my friend. I was like, I'm gonna kill myself. Today is the day that I unalive. This is my 13th reason. What are you talking about? I need to. And she was like, you have to print it out. I have no words. It's just why? Like, why? My question is always just why? Why am I here? Why did I not drop out? Because at this point, I'm the stupid one. It's me. I'm the one at fault. Why am I still here? They're trying so hard to make me drop out. So why did I continue? I don't know. I have no answer to that. So I'm like, alright. So we go back to the library where we were already. Now I had to print out my paper. Mind you, they make you pay for it. But it's not that much, like points. But still, they make you pay for it. And it's not a good thing, but it's also not a bad thing. But one of my teachers, when I first started going to that school, told us to put a lot of money in our cards and our IDs, because that's how you pay for things and whatever. Like, how do I say this? That's how you pay for the printer. I don't think you can pay for anything else other than the printer. But she made us put a lot of money, and mind you, it's coins. I didn't know that, so I put $25. So I was set. So now every time anybody wanted to print, I was like, take my card. At this point, why am I gonna waste the money? Right? Like, why would I waste the money? Because I know I'm not gonna be printing that much. Because it was 2 cents, 4 cents per paper. What am I writing, a book? Why did I need all that money in there? So I would just give my card to people just to print, because I was like, print, enjoy yourself. Because I'm just here with a lot of money in it. For what reason? Anywho, so I wasn't mad that I had to print and like use money, because hello, I had a lot of money in my ID. But why am I printing my transcript? I'm like, whatever. So I print it. I go back. I have to take a ticket. Mind you, there's nobody now. There was one person before. It's empty. There is not a single student in that whole entire room. There is nobody. So I'm just with the ticket, sitting with my friend, like, I'm gonna lose my mind. Because I literally can't, like, I can see them. They're not doing nothing. I can go, but I'm not. I have to wait until they call my number. That's stupid. So I'm like, okay, waiting. I'm like, I'm just gonna throw it at their face. You want my transcript? Here you go. That's exactly what I did too. They called my number. It was a guy. This time, it's always a guy, or there's like one lady. But anyways, he was like, so what can I do for you? I gave him that paper. I said, And he was like, oh, you're trying to get in? I didn't say a single word, because I knew I was going to cuss somebody out. And he was like, okay. And I left. My friend was like, that's kind of rude. I was like, girl, the things they've done to me, you're lucky I didn't just shove that paper down their throat. Because what? I have to print my transcript at a school that I'm already going to give them the paper, the information they already know. Interesting. I was like, y'all are my 13th reason. If I was like that, I'm not even joking, if I was the type of person that would just unalive myself, that would be my 13th reason. College would be my 13th reason, 110%. And I was like, this is stupid. But yeah, that would be the end of financial aid. I think after that, they didn't even try me because, hello, I'm done. Like, I'm leaving. What else were they gonna do? Oh, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, they didn't do anything else. If I'm remembering correctly, they did not try me. So now let's go to my teachers. Quote unquote. I don't even know. So I found out this later, but I was told that community college teachers don't actually have the degree they're teaching you in. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, they just have to have a degree. They don't have to have the degree they're teaching in. So if you have an English teacher, he doesn't or she doesn't have to have a degree in English. They just have to have a degree, period. What? I don't know if that's true, but that's what I was told. So, and this makes sense because when I was in high school, I'm pretty good at math. I'm not gonna say I'm the best, but I'm pretty good at math. I'm a visual learner, so math is easier for me to like catch on to because, you know, they show you and then you can just repeat what they do. English, history, science, you gotta memorize things. I'm not really good at memorizing, as you can see when I was telling the story. I'm not good at memorizing. So basically, I was really good at math, but not other things. Writing, I can be good at it. Like, English class wasn't bad. It's just my grammar, spelling, punctuation, basically everything you need. I suck. But I'm not that bad that I'm gonna fail the class because of it. I'm just, like, when I write, once I get into the groove, I can write anything. But when it comes to spelling, punctuation, grammar, all that stuff, adjectives, I'm pretty sure I'm using that wrong. All that, I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me. But anywho, I was good at math. In high school, I was taking pre-cal before I graduated. And so when I took the Compass test or placement test, depending on who says it, which the test is basically to help you it's called placement test because it's supposed to place you into the classrooms, right? And so when I took the Compass test, you know, I did pretty good in math to the point that they were going to put me in either business math or was it business math or pre-cal 2 or pre-cal 1 or something. That's what I placed in. So I did pretty good in the math one, obviously, because I was already taking pre-cal 1. And in English, I got English 99 to 100. But when the lady at the start session, whatever thing was, where they helped us fill out the form, the lady put me in English 101. And she was like, you don't need to be in English 99. I was like, okay. I mean, you're the one that works here. That's fine. And I was placed in English 101 and I did good. I got like 3 point something, whatever. But I did pretty good. I've never failed my English classes. But my math class, I had pre-cal 1. And I already took pre-cal 1 in high school. And my pre-cal 1 wasn't too bad. Now pre-cal 2 Pre-Cal 2, second quarter, I took Pre-Cal 2 with this guy. He had, it was a teacher, obviously. With this teacher, he had curly he had curly hair, long curly hair. This teacher, I don't even think my middle school teacher can compare to how bad he was. Because I had a bad teacher, and that my middle school one has to be the only one that was bad. And that was only because she just counts a lot whenever she hears noises. But she was actually not that bad. This teacher, though, oh my goodness. Like, if there was a way to waste money, he would have been it. Because there were people that dropped the class. I could not. You know why I could not? Because they would take away my financial aid and the loans if I don't have the class. And it's not an option for me to drop classes. Like I said, I did drop first year the class. What is it called? After the second day, I forgot what class it was, but I took econ. So I had like a class that I can switch to, but there was no class I can switch to right now because I was kind of almost done with my general classes. So if I dropped this class that I needed, it's useless to just waste all that money. And I would have been dropped from my other classes because I can't pay for my other classes. So I was like, I really just have to be in this class and fail. Like I was so frustrated because I tried so hard to teach myself, but I'm not the teacher. It's not. And I have other classes that I gotta worry about. Like, why do I have to come here, waste my time, and then teach myself? Like, it was so bad. And the reason I say that he sucked was because, you know, when you're teaching math, right, you would write the question and you would write step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 solution, right? The steps and then the solution, how you got to the solution, because that's how you teach. This man would literally write the question and then he would write step 1 ... the answer. Like, literally he would put ... and the answer. And he said, you know what goes in the middle? You probably already learned this last year. Did I take you last year? Were you my teacher last year? How do you know what I learned last year? How do you know what I learned last year? Because obviously people are dropping your class for a reason. And I don't know if he was already there for 10 years and that's why they didn't want to fire him. But he sucked. He was literally like that. I have never in my entire life have ever failed math. And I failed this class. I'm talking 1.4. I got a 1.4. I almost failed Spanish in high school. And I didn't even get a low grade like that. What is this? I was getting like 35 out of 100 on the tests and quizzes and stuff. Like, do you know how embarrassed and angry I was? I wasn't embarrassed, but I was pissed. Like, you're embarrassing, sir. You're not a teacher. And there was this one student that never came. He only come for the test. And I'm pretty sure he was passing because he was probably teaching himself. He was better off teaching himself. And I couldn't do that because I don't know what it was. Like, I literally could not teach myself because I didn't know how to do it. And I didn't want to spend more time trying to teach myself because I had 2 other classes I got to worry about. You're wasting my time for what? And there was literally so many people dropping his class. And so many people going to tell the math department, you need to fire him. Did he get fired? No. I was there for almost 4 years. I still saw that dude. The whole time. They don't care. They just want your money. So that happened, right? Second year. Or second quarter. Why do I keep saying year? Second quarter. And then third quarter, I had to retake Pre-Cal 2, obviously. And I was pissed. So I was like, I don't want to take nobody face-to-face. I'm taking it online. Everybody, I'm talking about counselors, my friends, my family, don't take math online. Math online is going to be hard for you. Don't take math online. Everybody's saying this. Tell me why I got a 4.0. He sucks. I had a 1.4 and I went to a 4.0. You suck as a teacher. you probably suck as a person too, but I don't know you, so I can't speak on that. Why did I waste my money like that? It's just, why is he even there? Why would you hire somebody that does not know what they're doing? You know what goes in the middle, man, I don't know what goes in the middle, sir. That's why I'm here. Would you give somebody your keys to your car that has never been able to drive in their life and be like, you know how to drive? You're supposed to teach. You're a teacher. Why would your name be a teacher or a professor, right? Why would you couldn't even be a teacher in elementary school at this point because you suck. Extremely. No. And then I think that was the only teacher that sucked. I had one teacher near the end, okay? Like, mind you, I'm almost done. Now I found out that I can be a part-time student and only have to take 7 credits. Because I was here trying to find 2 credit classes that just meant absolutely nothing but just to fill my credits to get my loans. So when you're part-time, though, you don't have to take 12 credits. It's 7 credits. So I was taking 2 classes that I need to take. If I only had 1 class, then I'll take 1 class, and then 1 class that's just 2 credits. I was doing that, right? And I had to find any class, and I was like, oh, I found one. It's Gym Online. I don't even know what that is, but that sounds easy as hell. This lady, mind you, it's Gym Online. Let me repeat myself. It is Gym Online. This is not a class required for anybody. I promise you, there is not a 1 degree that requires you to take Gym Online. This is just an elective. This is just a class to fill in for your credits. Tell me why this lady wanted us to type. Like, if we walked, if we exercised, volleyball, we're supposed to type all that, right? Mind you, I've already told you guys, I suck at grammar, spelling, punctuation, all that stuff, right? But I can type. I can BS anything. I wrote it down. I wrote everything she needed to be written. I didn't even get marked like this in my English class. This lady is taking it like she is my English teacher. She marked me 2 points down because I was rushing and I used the wrong 2. She marked me 2 points down because I used the wrong 2. Ma'am, is this English class or gym? I'm trying to understand why I'm being marked down for spelling. I could have spelled it beyond imagination. I could have spelled it horribly wrong. Why are you marking me down for what? This is not... You realize this is not English class? No? Yes? I mean, it's not like I failed the class. I got a 4.0, but why she marked me down, I still don't understand till this day. Because I really thought I was in English again. Why are we getting marked down for what? Ma'am, my English teacher didn't even mark me down like this. What is this? So, that I believe that was all the teachers that just... And then... let's go to counselors. So I had, like I said, I had an engineering advisor when I first started. But obviously she was like, oh, you're gonna have to just go to the financial, again, like I said, I lived in the financial aid building. So in the financial aid building, they had the advisors, counselors, and the financial aid enrollment, where you pay for your classes, for your, if you want a bus card, whatever, I'll talk about that after this. Where you pay for all that stuff, everything is in there, right? And then I think on the top floor they have like the teacher's office, some of the teacher's office. Why can't I say that? And then I think the bottom floor is where you do testing. So I remember going one time to do testing because I did math online, and you have to come there to do the testing. But anyways, so I went to she told me to go there because where her office was in the engineering area, and so her office is there, but I didn't need to go to her anymore because I wasn't doing engineering anymore. So I go to an advisor, right? And the advisors are there to help you, but to be honest, they're just there to help themselves. And the reason I say that is because, mind you, I'm confused. I didn't know what classes I should take because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to major in. So I'm here to get an advice. Hence why you're called an advisor. You're also called a counselor. You're supposed to counsel me in the right direction, not in the right direction of you getting more money. But I'm like, all right, whatever. So I go to them and I'm like, hey, yeah, I don't really know what to do. I'm good at math, if that helps. I like math, but to be honest with you, I don't know what to do, right? So she tells me, oh, you should do computer science. Computer science is all math. Anybody that takes computer science knows that is far from math. Computer science is programming. It's not even, the math they use is simple, but it has nothing to do with math and numbers. You have to be precise. You have to be like, if you don't space certain areas, the whole program won't work. I love attention to detail, but that gave me migraines almost all the time. What are you talking about? So I took the class hoping that my advisor, my counselor, okay, the counselor, the advisor, she's not mine, was telling me something that I can do, right? I think first year I did Python, if I'm not mistaken, and I tried my best. I really did. I got below 3.0. I think I got like 2.5, 2.6 or something like that, 2.7 maybe, but I didn't get 3.0. I know that for sure. So the teacher, even himself, he said, if you don't get 3.0 or higher, I don't suggest that you go to the next class. So I'm like, I'm gonna take your word into consideration, and I'm gonna take that word and go to the counselor. And I go to her again, and I'm like, hey ma'am, yes, I don't think computer science is for me, because as much as I have learned new things, I'm very grateful. Yeah, I don't understand what's going on. To be honest with you, I don't know how I even got higher than 2.0, because it's very confusing. It's very much not math, and that's what I literally told you that I could do. What is this? So she was like, oh really? I think you should do computer science too, and then see how it goes, right? Why I listened to her, only God knows. Only God knows why my dumb ass listened to her, and I did computer science 2. Computer science 2 is not even Python 2. Computer science 2 was Java. It's not even the same. It's not even the same. Why am I doing this to myself? I don't know. So I'm like, all right, I guess I can do Java. It was a lady that we had, and I tried so hard in that class. Man, the cheating going on in that class, I'm not even gonna speak on it, but let's just say a lot of people were struggling. It wasn't just me. But at least there was literally students in there that said they've done programming before, and I'm sitting there like, does it count that I took a class before this? Like, I don't know nothing. There was people talking about I did it in high school. I didn't do none of this. I never wanted to be a computer programmer. I don't understand none of this. I feel like that class definitely helped me see that, you know, a lot goes into the websites and all this stuff that we do online, but I definitely can promise you that I was not expecting to ever in my entire life of ever do computer science, ever. But I tried my best. I didn't fail, which is saying a lot about the math teacher, to be honest with you. But I tried my best and I did not fail, but I felt like that was not the class that I needed to be taking. So I went back to the counseling advising office. I did not go to her. Because, hello, at this point I have caught on. You are just trying to make me give you more money. You mean, hold up, I mean student loans. It's not even my money at this point. I still didn't pay it back yet. So I'm like, wow, this is great. So I go to another one and I'm like, hey, like I really don't know what to do, because computer science is not making sense to me, and I honestly don't think I should have even took the second class because it's really not making sense. Like I need to take classes at this point that I've been here too long, right? And this was, I want to say, around like beginning of third year or something like that. Beginning of third year? Would it be beginning of third year? It's either the end of second year or the beginning of third year, but I definitely was just confused, okay? So this advisor was like, you so what are you good at? I was like, I'm pretty good at math. I like math and blah blah blah. And she was like, okay. Wow, I'm thirsty. She was like, okay, yeah, you can take like accounting, and I was like, okay, yeah, like accounting doesn't sound bad. Like I've never even thought about that, to be honest with you. When I looked it up, you know, it was like bookkeeping, taxes, whatever, and like that whole thing looked confusing to me, so I don't know if I wanted to do it, but I was like, I'll try. At this point, there's really nothing else I can do. Anything's better than computer science at this point. So I was like, all right, I can try to do accounting. And so I took accounting classes. A lot of them was online, I'm not gonna lie, and I didn't 100% understand a lot of them, but I definitely learned a lot. I want to say more when I was doing accounting than I did computer science, because computer science was like, I learned how hard it is. I didn't learn a lot. But for accounting, I feel like I definitely learned a lot of things with finance and all that stuff. I don't know why. So when I graduated, you know, they give you like certificates and stuff. So I got a degree, and then I also got certificates, and one of the certificates says, honestly, all the certificates I don't know why I got, because I don't understand any of them, but one of them is said like for taxes, I can do taxes. I was like, I can't do taxes. I looked at that page, like, to be honest with you, only one class, I think he gave us 2 or 3 tax return paper things to fill out, and he helped us fill them out. So why am I getting a certificate like I can do taxes? I can't do taxes. I don't know what's going on. I probably know less than somebody that does their taxes. What are you talking about? But I got a certificate for a lot. I think I got it for that, and then I got accounts receivable, and something, account sending. For somebody that got it, I don't got it. Yeah, but basically I just know I got 4. I think one is like for bookkeeping or whatever. But yeah, it was just like, I was so frustrated at that counselor, because she really just wanted me to stay there so they can get more money, because there's no way you're gonna sit here and tell me that you were for real telling me to do computer science when I told you I'm not understanding it. But I definitely did you know, like that I did accounting, at least that now I'm done with school and stuff, and I didn't waste, I mean, I did kind of waste like a couple of years, but I even had to take summer classes. It was not great, but I did. I tried my best, and I feel like if I had to tell my younger self something, it would be to not go to college. Like, just straight up don't go. It's not worth it. Like, I would have been better off just honestly though, but I did just I met like a lot of my friends there, so like I had friends prior. Right now it's just friend prior. But I met like most of my friends, 2 friends prior. I met most of my friends in college through my friend, the one prior. So I don't know, I feel like things happen for a reason. But like I said, if I were meant to choose, if I didn't know and I was given the information about what college is really like, I would not have went. I would not have wasted my time. I would have just went straight into work, because a lot of jobs actually pay pretty good without a college degree. So why am I here wasting my time and money and patience? Because I don't have any more patience. All my patience have run dry during college. It's ridiculous. But I don't know. I hope that you guys learned something. I was gonna stop it at 59.59, but we will just go on. Alright. But yeah, so that's pretty much my college life. It sucked. Apart from my friends, it was horrible. And I had like medical issues in between. Like the minute I started college, actually. Yeah. It was like problems after problems, physically, and then mentally the school was draining me. It was not good. And I'm just glad. I am so happy. You have no idea how thankful I am to God that I'm done with school. And it's funny because I literally finished when COVID started. So I finished, if we want to be precise, right? I finished March 2020. Literally when COVID started. Great. But yeah, I'm glad that I'm done. I would not recommend 0 out of 0. 0 out of 100. 0 out of a billion. I feel like we were bamboozled into going to college because we're young. Like, I know at that time we thought we were old, but we're young. We should not have been deciding something that we were gonna be stuck with for the rest of our lives, because you're gonna have to be paying your student loans for a while. Now, I don't have a lot. I'm not gonna sit here and compare myself to people that have 100,000 and all that stuff higher than that. I got 20K. It's not a lot. It's a lot to me, but it's not a lot if we're taking it like a general thing. It's not a lot. But you know, I'll probably be done paying off mine once I get a job. But I definitely feel bad for the people that actually spent so much money on loans, whatever, to go to school, and they still don't got a job in their degree. Because, like, I can probably be a bank teller or whatever, right? With accounting degree, I don't know. But to be honest with you, I don't know how life is going. I'm just taking it one step at a time. But yeah, I would not recommend at all for people to go to college. Like, if I had kids, I would be like, do not go. Unless you are 100% sure that you want to study this field, do not go to figure out what you want to learn and stuff like that. No, that's a waste of money. It's a waste of patience. It's a waste of time. Thankful for the friends, but definitely not for anything else. But anyways, I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. I have nothing else to say other than don't go to college. That's gonna be the title. Don't go to college. I would not recommend. But yeah, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful bummy day. I hope you're all having a fantastic and blessed day. Goodbye.